My dearest followers, if you are watching this video, I'm probably still alive, so don't worry. So, I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys recently for some reason. So I figured I'd make a video, try to answer them all at once. First up, we have Jake. So of course it's a multiple part question that starts with the fuck, marry, kill. He writes, fuck, marry, kill, John, Alex, or Sal? Also, what is your strategy for eating Oreos? Also, will touchscreen interfaces replace the mouse and keyboard, and if not, what will? First off, those are all dudes. So I don't really want to answer this, but I will anyway. Fuck Alex, marry John, kill Sal. What is my strategy for eating Oreos? Don't eat them. Just don't eat them. That's my strategy. Unless I can incorporate meat into them somehow, I'm probably not going to like it. And they hurt my teeth a lot. Will touchscreen interface replace mouse keyboard? Yeah, absolutely, I can see that. Just like I can see like it's the continuing trend. Everything's getting smaller with technology, so I could see maybe as soon as the next 5 years, most American households will have only one desktop computer instead of however many they have now, and just have like touchpads and iPhones and shit like that. But for some things, like what I do, like CAD drafting and stuff, mouse keyboard's going to be around for a while. It's just too intricate, the work you have to do it with your hands. Next up we have Matt with 1T, and he writes, what would your superpower be? What would your costume look like? If you had to live in any millennium for the entire 1,000 years, which one would it be? You're born again at any point in history into any place you want. Where and when? My superpower would be the ability to survive a fall from any height. I think that would be really cool. I would be that guy who would not be afraid of heights and just like walk up right to the fucking edge of a cliff and be like, holy shit, dude, like we're really fucking high right now. Like I'd be fine, but you would die. You would definitely die if you fell down. Come over here. Just come over here. I'd be like that guy. I'd fuck with my friends all the time. What would my costume look like? I wouldn't have a costume because I wouldn't be a superhero. Because you can't be a superhero with that power. You can't fight crime with that. When would that ever be helpful? It wouldn't be, oh no, that little girl down there is in trouble, but we're all the way up here. What are we going to do? Oh, stand aside, citizen capable of surviving really long falls man is here. No, that won't work. That could never work. If I can be born in a millennium. That's a long time, 1,000 years. I don't want to live that long, but I guess I would pick the millennium starting with the year 1000 AD, because I would know most of what's going on, because I like history. That'd be kind of cool, to actually experience history as I know it. Where and when? Probably Europe. Like, Byzantium. That was what it was called then. Try to avoid most of like the Vikings and the Huns and all that shit. Not good times. Just chill out there and then move around Europe after that. We have Victoria. She writes, tell us about your college experience. Then later appended with, no wait, tell us something funny that happened in college. That's better, yes. I'll do both. College was fun in the beginning. You know, I met a lot of cool people freshman year, and then they stopped being cool. Fell out of contact with a lot of them. And I was ready to move on after like sophomore year. I was like, alright, well, this is cool, but I'd like a job now. But there's still 3 more years to go, so it was not like I didn't feel like trapped or anything in college, but it was a waiting period, and I was waiting to get out. And I'm out now, and I'm happy now. I'm 1,000 times happier than I was in college. Something funny that happened in college. Well, I kind of got in a fist fight once over a box of Dunkaroos. One night, well, it wasn't really a fist fight. That's probably not the best word. It was a tussle, if you will. I was at my friend's apartment. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was about to leave because I had the flu or something. I was sick. And then he pulls out like a box of Dunkaroos randomly, and I like had a fucking nostalgia attack. I was like, they still fucking make those? Because I hadn't even seen Dunkaroos since like 2nd or 3rd grade. And he's like, oh yeah, I eat them all the time. I was like, give me one. He's like, no, don't. I'm not gonna give it to you. So I snatched the box out of his hands. I ran out, and I'm like, all right. Well, he's chasing me. That's to be expected. Motherfucker tackles me from behind in the middle of the hallway. I was not expecting that. So I turn around while we're on the floor, and then he starts fucking throwing body punches into my ribs. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to drop this fucker. So we're like, it started out as play fighting, then we started throwing punches at each other. I'm still like trying to keep the box away from him and fend him off while I have a head cold and I'm congested and I have a fucking headache and it's a million degrees. And he gets up at one point, he started running away. I tackled him from behind, then I got up, and then when he was chasing me the second time, he like twisted his ankle or something. and then just fucking smashed his face on the side of a doorknob in the hallway. So I laughed at him. I started running away. He got up and he tackled me again. At this point, everyone in the dorm comes out and they're like looking at us in the hallway, but no one's breaking up. They're just like, all right, well, this is happening now. Okay, this is perfectly normal. I'm just like, get this fucker off me. I just want my Dunkaroos. I managed to get like one unit of Dunkaroos off of him, and then I kicked him in the face, and then I ran away, and that was the end of that. That was a long time ago. God. Who's next? Rob. Regale us with a really interesting childhood/teenage story of yourself, and/or tell us of a past relationship, romantic or otherwise, and how it ended. Let's go with the first one. That's a happier story. Teenage story. I don't think I was in college yet at this point. One of my friends, Keith, has his birthday in August, like right in the middle of summer when nothing's fucking happening. So we usually used to go out to, there's like a river close to where I used to live that was like just fucking turns and shit everywhere. We used to do like a 10-hour trip. So from the actual place where they drop you off to like where it's supposed to end is only like 10 minutes by car, but it takes 10 hours to get through all the fucking curves and shit. So we were doing that one day. Me and my friend Nate were ahead of like the rest of the group. They were all like a couple 100 feet behind us, and they were calling out to us. So I like turned around and I was like, I can't hear what they're saying. Nate, do you know what they're saying? Look around. Nate's fucking gone. I don't know where the hell he went. And then I'm looking around and I finally see his kayak was flipped and upside down and pinned under a tree that fell over the river. And I'm like, well, that's not right. That's not. Why is he doing that? So I like, and then I realized he was fucking drowning. So then I parked my kayak on top of the tree and like walked over. I have to like grab the hook in the front and just like lift it up. And then he like comes out and he's like, I dropped the paddle! I dropped the paddle! I'm like, you're fucking drowning and you're worried about a fucking paddle that we rented for like $5? Like, where the fuck are your priorities? So he's still panicking around. I have to like pull him onto the tree. Finally the rest of the group comes up. They're like, what the fuck happened to you guys? I'm like, Nate's trying to drown himself. I don't know what happened. And he dropped the paddle. So Keith's like, oh, I'll get the fucking paddle because I'm a beast. So he powerhouses his way down the river and then fights his way back up the current, which was kind of strong at that point. And then I'm still standing on the tree at this point, and he hands me the paddle and flips instantly. I don't fucking understand what happened. Like, it wasn't like he lost his balance or anything like that. He just kind of handed me the paddle, fixed his position, and then just rotated about a fixed axis underwater. And then he was under the water for a couple of seconds. And I was like, are you fucking... I have to save this kid now, too? This is bullshit. But no, he righted himself up, and that was another weird story. That was the time I saved Nate's life. So, yeah. And then we have an anon. I hate that fucking word. If you were an animal, which would it be? What is your favorite thing about your job? How many derps could a herp derp if a herp derp could herp derps? Irish wristwatch. Can you recite the alphabet backwards? And then later, hi, same anon here that just submitted those ... things. Please refer to me as the toilet paper king. Thanks. What? Whatever. Okay. What would I be? I would be a dog. A big, furry dog. Like a Newfoundland or a Bernese Mountain Dog. Those are awesome dogs. And they're just happy all the time. My favorite thing about my job is that I always have something to do. There's usually, my bosses, one of my 4 bosses, just gives me like, this is what you have to do. This is when it needs to be done by. And then that's it. I get to decide. I get to prioritize my projects and work them at my own pace. And then I just get to make all my decisions on my own. Very rarely we'll get something that's like, this needs to go out in the next 10 minutes for submittal, and then I obviously have to work on that. But for the most part, I get to pick what I work on. Finally, we have John, who says, what is your favorite anime series? How many marshmallows can you stuff in your mouth while still being able to say chubby bunny? If you don't have the raw data, make an educated guess, and I mean the jumbo-sized marshmallows. If you had to replace all the blood in your body with a soft drink, what's your favorite day of the week? Alright, one thing at a time. Favorite anime series? I'm going to have to say The Big O. It was the same company, same production studio that did Cowboy Bebop, same lead voice actor also, but it was very different. It was like, it was in a film noir setting, kind of like a Dick Tracy kind of thing, and there were giant robots. And it was really awesome. There was like a Monster of the Week theme, and it was, I don't know, it was a great show. I loved it. Really fucking confusing ending, because there was supposed to be a 3rd season, and they got cut off. So they just kind of ended it really abruptly, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But I don't know. In retrospect, that was like my favorite anime. What else did you ask? Marshmallows. Jumbo marshmallows. I would say 7 or 8 marshmallows I could probably fit in my mouth. But I have like a really terrible gag reflex. I'll probably like fucking start dry heaving immediately. It wouldn't sound like Chubby Bunny at all. This is horrible. I fucking hate marshmallows too. If I had to replace one with my body, it was soft drink. Thursday. Okay, thank you.